Okay, so here, yeah, in your books, right, here they actually gave you about your short notes. This nota have show you that your short notes for Bob 1, Bob 2, 3, 4, and a little bit of chapter 5. Okay, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so cause some of the students actually have their exam till chapter 5, right? Now, and today our plan is, okay, for my plans, I will actually do chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3 revision. It's because most of the people, their exam is actually stopped at 3 or 4. Okay, now, so wait, give me a second. All right, then I will just start. Now, here, yeah. In exam, I hope that you remember your exam format. Your exam format is as usual, like your UASA format. Your UASA format is always is this way, right? Bahagian A is 20 question objective, right? Bahagian B, you have 3 subjective. Bahagian C, 4 question, choose 2. All right. Now, here, yeah. If your school exam, it depends, okay? If your school exam only until chapter 3, then they might have a chance that your exam is not a full format. If your exam until chapter 4, chapter 5, then probably you're gonna have a full exam. I mean the full format exam. All right. Now, and just to remind you, it's gonna be like this. In your Bahagian B, right? Definitely will have one question that related to peta. Okay, in your form 2, peta question normally means related chapter 1 and 2 lah, right? So today we will actually do 1 or 2 questions about this before we move on to chapter 3. So very quick to tell you, chapter 1 you learn about scala dan jarak, right? Scala, the scale. The scale is to tell you that the peta that you have and the map, the real size in the life, like how much is the scale, how many ratio that they have string. All right, and then you are required to calculate jarak. So make sure you bring, right? Make sure you bring your ruler lah. All right. So this is your exam things that you need to bring. Okay. Make sure you bring your ruler and also benang. Okay, benang the string. Okay, the string, the scrap. No need a very one now. Okay, if can white string, benang putih. Okay, because the others color is very hard for you to mark on the line to actually make it accurate. So ruler, benang. If your mathematics is very bad, then bring calculator. Okay, because you need to convert. Okay, you need to convert, so you need some mathematics skill. If you are not trust on your own maths, just bring calculator. Okay, you are allowed to bring calculator into geography exam. Okay, because yeah, you don't need that converter things like that lah, right? So come back here, yeah. This is what, all right. Any of you from Sri Petaling? Cause I heard that there's one school, their coming exam gonna be have better tapsiran. Means that teacher already said that they're gonna come out tapsiran. Most of the school, yeah. Good morning. It's not morning already. Good afternoon. All right. Oh, you're on, okay, not from there. Sri Petaling area. What school are they from already? Let me think. What school are they from? I suddenly cannot remember what school are they from. Okay. There's one school near Sri Petaling. Their teacher said will come up better tapsiran. But I'm not gonna cover better tapsiran because most of the school they won't ask this. All right. Even in UASA final, they don't ask this. All right. Yeah. All right. So here. So you are required to know that there's 3 types of scala. And you need to know how to read them and convert them. All right. And how to manage how to calculate the jara or how to measure the jara. Here, there's some theory for you. You can read it when you're free. All right. Now, how about Peta chapter 2? Chapter 2 is talk about Peta. Now, it's a little bit different from your Form 1 already. Form 2, we said this is a Peta topography. Okay, Peta topography. Okay, yeah. Topography. And Peta topography is to do what? Okay, it's a bit different from the Form 1 one. Right, Form 2 one is more realistic, and then it actually came with numbers grade. So you are required to know how to determine the grade. Okay, the rujukan grade. They have two types of rujukan grade, 4 angka and 6 angka. All right, and then of course the general one, ciri physical, ciri budaya. Now, here, yeah, I will just tell you about, give you an idea, but still, as I tell you, chapter 1, 2, they will combine and ask you. So I would like to go through with example to show you directly how exam gonna ask. So in exam, probably you will see a map that look like this. It's no longer that easy map in the easy map that in the form 1 already. It's gonna be look like this. They give you this kind of map and then they give you the scala. So in this situation, you look at the scala, this one, right? In case question asks you, what scala is this? This one we call it pecahan wakilan. Okay, we call it pecahan wakilan. I mean, in your book, it's very not clear, is it? I'm so sorry for that because TTC printer is a bit the max already, the maximum already. Okay, but normally in exam, right, if your teacher, a different school got different school is different, they have different way of printing lah, right? Like some of the school, they will print it color for you. Normally will be better one, okay? Print it color with for you. Or some of the school, right, they are doing that kind of reuse the butter. Means they will print a color one and then they will laminate that one and then yeah, they will reuse the one for exam. So most of the time will be okay one, not too bad one. Okay. Oh, so already very guaranteed. You're very confirmed your teacher will use black and white. Then normally lah, okay, those responsible teacher will try to give a clear one. If they want to use black and white, they will choose a one that more clear. Yeah. If those that, okay, not very good in tech, in computer, maybe they will just let it be. Then maybe it's good for you. You can't see it, right? It's too dark that maybe can ask teacher for a bonus marks. Probably. All right. Now, but anyway, so this is a pecahan wakilan. So ask yourself first, what is the meaning of pecahan wakilan? How you gonna read this? So 1 represent 1 cm. Okay. Now 50,000 represent 50,000 cm. Both are in cm one, okay? What they try to tell you, 1 cm is the distance in the map. Okay, if you measure 1 cm in the map, they are represent 50,000 cm in real life. Okay, now, so normally because 50 cm is a bit hard to count, so you can actually convert it into a smaller one. Like let's say 50,000 cm equals to 500 meter. So 1 cm represent 500 meter. Of course, you can also convert into km, right? Now, here. Sorry. Is it somebody that cannot come in? What is this? Okay, now, so here. Now, how question gonna ask? This is the map, right? So they might ask is like this. See? Of course, normally they don't ask bearing sututan, but just to tell you, they might came out a question to say like this. Berapa, okay, let's say this question is bearing sututan, but normally Form 2 rarely ask. But you see, they is, even though they don't use bearing sututan, sometimes they will say, berapa jarak, okay? Masjid RG 728767 ke sekolah Kampung Perupuk 739738. Now, this is the rujukan grid. This is the rujukan grid. Okay, rujukan grid. And this grid, they are require you to find out them in the map. Means when you are doing the measurement, you should get the exact answer with the teacher given, because they already give you a very particular point. Means you must be measured from this point to another point. Okay, now so let's try it out. Of course, I don't do the bearing sututan. I will only teach you how to find this out. Okay, so let me just write the number on top first, because my brain cannot function the numbers. I cannot memorize the number. Okay, so I need to cut it and move it on top. Okay, now, no. Bearing sututan is a Form 1 related one. Bearing is bearing, jarak is jarak. It's just that in this situation, I just tell you that they can switch the question. Means if they ask you jarak, they might also ask you in this way. Understand? Means this question is jarak, but this question is bearing. They can also ask in this way, like apakah jarak masjid somewhere to somewhere else. But normally they will came with rujukan grid. Means tell you very, very clear that, okay, I'm start from here. It means they're very clear that you must measure from these two areas. Wait, let me just copy on top. Means very clear, I must measure from here to here, or these two areas. Now, so let's show it first. How to find out this number? If this one is a 6 digit, remember here is the garisan. The first 3 number is the garisan timoran. Okay, garisan timoran means the number that, I use blue color, the number that here. You find the number from here. Okay, you can look the down one or the up one. It doesn't matter, right? And then the last 3 digit, okay, the last 3 digit is from garisan utaraan. Okay, you get the location, okay? You want to find the location. So this is garisan utaraan, where? Look at the number at the side. Find the number at the side. So here they tell you 728. 728 means 72.8. 72.8. So you look at this line, they say 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. So 72.8. How to find it? Okay, how to find it? You gotta see it in this way. Let me just use the top one. The top one will be more clear. Okay, so 72 and 73 in between, you cut it into half. Can see the line, right? You cut the box into half first, and then at the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Means you cut them into a small part. So it's gonna be 72.1, 72.2. Okay, I don't write that, it's too small, not enough space, okay? So it's gonna be 72.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. So 728 means here, this area. And then we look at the last three digit of number. 767 means 76.7. So look at the side, find out your 76. Okay, between 76 to 77, same. You cut them into half. All right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 6. 6 is here. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6 at the side. So what you do, you look at it. Okay, I draw it for you, yeah, in case you can't see it, okay? So what you're gonna do, you got to 6 is here, right? Oh, it's too dark. Now, 6 is here. You can roughly draw a line, or you use your ruler to roughly show a little bit, huh? Right? And then same came down from your, just now the one that you measure, 72.8 here. So means you are actually need to start from here, okay? The masjid. So I remove the line, yeah. Now, so to be easy, I draw a arah mata angin here so that you can know that we're gonna start here. This is the first point, right? And then the second point, they tell you Sekolah Kampung Perupuk 739,798. 739. So 73.9. Okay, means 73.9, yeah. So look at it, 73 is here. Okay, so you measure, cut it into half. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 73.1, 0.2, 0.3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is here. So you found already. Later, you're going to draw the line from here. And then 79.8. So the last three digits always from where? From the side. So you find 79. 79, 80, same. What you do, cut it into half. Right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 79.8, same. Then what you do, draw a line. Oh. Okay, it's somewhere here. And then they tell you here. Now, so the connection point is around here. Look properly. They say what? Sekolah Kampung Perupuk. So you measure from here lah, sekolah. Same, you will draw a arah mata angin. Now, because just an extra for you, okay? In case you cannot remember what is bearing sudutan at all. Now, bearing sudutan is the things that inform one. Okay, the things that inform one, which is ask you to measure the degree, darjah, means to determine the direction. It's a way to determine direction. But you're gonna use protractor. All right. So they say, yeah, from Dusun to Kampong Perupuk to. So where are you? You are in this area. So you draw arah mata angin and then you use your ruler to connect it. Yeah, let me just change it to a smaller. You draw these are just now the one. And then use your ruler to connect them. Now, bearing sudutan, right, is something that you are required to use this. Jangka sudut. Okay? just to show you since the question asked, right? So what you're gonna do, because they said dari from masjid to sekolah, right? So you got to measure using your jangka sudut. All right, how to measure? Always use your jangka sudut in this way. You put it this way, and then exactly put on the things that you got to measure, center to center, and then you read. Always start from utara, clockwise. Okay, you measure clockwise, yeah? So what's the answer here? You will get the answer 15, 16, 17. Then your answer will be 17. Okay, wait, I think there's a, sorry. Let me just put it properly, okay? Sorry, just now I put the bali already, not the bali, a bit sengit. All right, so you should actually get a roughly of answer. If you measure in your books, you should actually get an answer of a 20 degrees. Okay, if you're able to measure, then that's your answer. That is already done. That's it. All right, 2 marks. It comes like this. Why it worth 2 marks? Because you need to take some time to find out the location. This is the first thing they may ask. And then other than that, in your graph, in your peta, they are not only asking you jarak, they are not asking you about rujukan grid only. They will also ask you about something you learned before in Form 1, which is pola pertempatan. Remember what is pola pertempatan? Pola pertempatan we have learned 4. Anyone can tell me which one we have learned? Pola pertempatan is how they arrange their housing. Yes, we have berpusat. Berkelompok, yes. Berjajar, yes. And the last, berselera, yes. Now, then, come here, they say, apakah pola pertempatan dalam segi grid di bawah? So they show you this grid, 72, 73, 75, 76. Let's find out this. 72 to 73. Okay, for me, I just highlight for you, in easy for you to read through, yeah? 72 is here. 73 is here. 75 and 76, right? Yeah. So 75, 76. So they're asking you in this area. Okay, what it is. Now, yeah, I erase a little bit so that you can see, okay? This is a Taman Desa. Cannot see the word, okay? Now, here. Is this what it is? No, a lot of people will write berjaja, but be careful about that. Because this is a very reality pictures, right? So the one that very compact, a lot of houses in the middle, we will treat it as berpusat. Okay, we will treat it as berpusat. Unless they are just one line only. All right. Yeah, normally we will treat it as berpusat, especially when in this area nearby they have some facility. Okay. See, be careful. Yeah, we will treat it as berpusat. But normally, most of the time, it's gonna be berpusat. But if you write your answer, you don't just write berpusat, right? You will write the full one. Pola pertempatan berpusat. When it's full of house, we will treat it as berpusat. Now, and then normally they will came with along with the question to ask you, apakah faktor, what is the facts that causes pembentukan pola pertempatan tersebut? Why we do have a lot of house here? Why the house is ranged in this? Yes, because of this kemudahan. Now, you have a few kind of answer because they ask you factor only. So you can say because the land is flat, easy to build houses, right? Because there's a jalan raya, because of a kemudahan, yes. Because of the activity, because of the location, right? So let's write it, yeah. So you can say faktor-faktor yang menyebabkan pola pertempatan itu ialah okay, faktor yang menyebabkan okay, pola pertempatan berpusat ialah okay, bentuk muka bumi okay, yang rata, right? Sesuai untuk pembinaan perumahan to build houses. And then like you said, kemudahan. So you can say selain itu, okay, faktor yang menyebabkannya ialah okay, kawasan ini mempunyai kemudahan pengangkutan. Okay, seperti jalan raya. Okay, then what happened to with the houses? So you can say lah memudahkan pergerakan. Memudahkan pergerakan penduduk. Alright. Other than that, yeah, because they said apakah faktor, right? Your point, explain, point, explain. Other than this, you can also say kegiatan economy because here got kegiatan economy. You can also say that because of lokasi yang hampir sungai. Alright. Now, this is normal that when they ask you why we can do something, why there's a lot of people staying here, or why we have such housing area here. This is the reason. Normally, when they ask you why got people or why got activity, your answer is always because got house, because got pengangkutan, because of water, sumber air. Is it okay? This is the common they might ask, okay? Now, other than this, yeah, in your better question, they might also ask the question like the next one. Nyatakan tiga kegiatan ekonomi jalan di kawasan selatan Garisan Utara AD. Now, here, first, they want you to tell me kegiatan ekonomi where? Selatan, Garisan Utaraan. Okay, so Garisan Utaraan is the line that like this, we call it Garisan Utaraan, yeah. Means their number is at the side one, like 79, 80, 81, like that. So find out the Garisan Utaraan first. Okay, find out the Garisan Utaraan first, yeah, 80. So look at it, 80 is here. So I erase the previous one, yeah. 80 is here. And then they say what? Selatan. Selatan, the south of Garisan, Utaraan. So look at this. The line. This is a horizontal line. If go up, we say is Utara. Down is Selatan. Means they are asking you the whole area here. Okay, what you have inside. What is the kegiatan economy that can be run here? So let's see what you have here. In this area, what you see, I'm not sure whether you see this or not. Balai Polis Sekolah. Other than that, you have what? Maybe you are not clear about those dot, dot, dot and the lines. It's okay. Let's look at it, what it is, right? Now, here, do you see Padi Sawah? Come, in this box, what you see? Yes, you see Padi Sawah here. So this is what? This is plantations. And you see Sekolah and Balai Polis here. Okay, this one we said is a perkhidmatan services. All right. Now, any other things? Now, beware, kegiatan ekonomi. Kegiatan economy means economy activities. Economy activities, right, means the activity that we use to earn money. What business you are doing or what sector that you are work on. Yeah, pertanian, because you see padi, right? Perkhidmatan, because you see balai polis sekolah. Now, any other things that you can see? Now, do you realize some of the box are square in shapes, but some are longer shape? What it is? Now, what is this? Pertempatan. Yeah, we call it pertempatan. But if you look down here, right, they have another name for them. Wait, where is? Sekejap. Where? I'm a bit blind. Here. You see, they just use the word bangunan, buildings. It can be house. It can be shop lot. Okay? It can be house. It can be shop lot. So, for shop lot means what? People are doing business. Right? Now, and one thing, so your answer will be pertanian, perkhidmatan, dan perniagaan. Just find a place to write down, okay? If they ask you kegiatan ekonomi, normally are like this. If you see paddy, if you see kelapa, all the plants, kelapa sawit, getah, we will name them at pertanian. Okay? If you see balai polis, pejabat pos, sekolah, and so on, services, perkhidmatan. Okay, but there will have some rare one. Yes, bangunan can write perniagaan. Okay, because yes, if you don't enough point, you can write perniagaan, right? And then if you see quarry, the buildings, okay, quarry or kawasan lombong, then the activity is perlombongan. Okay, if you see jetty or river, lake, sea, right, you can say what? Perikanan. Normally, I cannot guarantee, okay? If you really cannot read, I mean, you can't see anything in the map, there is I cannot say it's a cheat. You can you can take a guess on your answer. Because in Form 2, those maps, right, normally, they are always play around with these few things only. if you really don't know the kegiatan economy, normally they will either pertanian, perkhidmatan, or perniagaan. Normally, if you see factory, kilang, you can write perindustrian lah. But most of the time, it will involve industry. Sorry, industry pertanian. If you can read the map, follow the map. If you really cannot read, then it's okay. You write pertanian. Understand? Can. And move on, yeah? Now, next. Other than economy. Wait, what is this? Okay, kegiatan ekonomi, right? They might also ask you about what? They might also ask you about tanaman, plantation yang giat ditanam di kawasan penduduk oleh penduduk di kawasan perta. Giat dijalankan means always what they always do, right? Tanaman, yeah. So let's go up and see what's the tanaman. Not sure whether can you see. Try about what you can see in the map. What plantation you can see? Hmm. You can see anything? Yes, kelapa sawit, which is here. Getah here. And the paddy just now. Because they say around the whole map. Okay? Can, yeah? Now, so you gotta come down and then write down your answer. And same way lah. If they ask you jenis tanaman and you really can't see, the picture was so blurred, then you can take a guess. Normally, yeah, in your map is these three things only. It's very rare in Form 1, Form 2, they have other plants. Rarely to have other plants. So they always paddy getah kelapa sawit. Always play around with this one. And then the next one. Senarai tiga pandang darat physical. Physical? What is physical? Natural characteristic. Right? So what is the natural characteristic you have in a map? Around the map. I'm not sure whether you can see or not. Natural characteristic means it actually on its own. Contour, is it? Let me see. Do you have contour? No, we don't have contour here. But can you see the word? Can you see the word? Yes. So this is your ciri physical, right? Other than that, actually you have this. Can you see the dot 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 things? The dot 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 things? And this dot 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 thing is what? Where's the dot dot dot? Or you just write hutan. You will see hutan. Hutan is here. Okay? Hutan. Can hutan, sungai. Okay? And then you have, I'm not sure whether can you see or not. Here got another one. This one is something that look like this. Know what it is? Rumput. Oh, but the petunjuk got contour. Be careful. You see, in Form 1, we can look at the petunjuk and then find out physical and budaya, right? But in Form 2, you cannot heavily rely on petunjuk already. Because if you flip through your kertas model, you will realize all the petunjuk are the same, even though the map are different. They no longer show you things that in the map. They will show you everything. No, they just show you a standard one. they show you a standard petunjuk. We are always have this symbol, but you got to fit which one is in your map. Cause you really can't find them in the map sometimes. So just directly look at the map will be faster. All right? Yeah, directly look at the map will be faster. And normally, if they ask you ciri physical lah, you always have sungai one. Because you have no sungai, very hard for you to ask. Normally lah, they have sungai. And actually, you no need to confirm because the next question already tell you sungai. You can straight away write down. Right, sungai. Yeah? And then we have what? Hutan and rumput. Now, in this question, they very nice. They tell you tiga, right? If they didn't tell you how many you're gonna find, it gonna depends on the marks. If they only tell you kegiatan, look at the mark. 3 marks find 3, 4 marks find 4, 2 marks find 2. All right? Now, and then move here. Come a very the famous or the favorite question they like to ask. The fungsi sungai. Now, here, ask you. Of course, you can be very honest. Go back to the map and then look and find out what it can use. But there is a standard answer. The one that guarantee won't go wrong. Air, minuman. Or we say air for sumber air untuk harian, daily use. Can why? Because normally river at the side got what? Got houses. Okay, got houses. So normally standard in the map, you can say, they ask you in the map, you can say sumber air untuk kegunaan harian or sistem pengairan pengangkutan. This is the one that commonly applicable to most of the map. And but they want 4 marks means 2.2 huraian. Understand? 2.2 huraian. So you will say that sumber air. So you can say lah Sungai Kelantan. And don't worry, the question that I not done, the answer already pelabuhan, let me say. Do they have port? If they have jetty, can. Because it's a river. So if you want to write pelabuhan, it's a bit tough. So Sungai Kelantan berfungsi, okay, sebagai sumber air, okay, sumber air untuk kegunaan harian penduduk setempat. All right. Now, and then other than that, you can also say loh, sungai ini, I write short form ya, because I want fast. Sungai ini, okay, sebagai sistem pengairan untuk aktiviti pertanian. Seperti kelapa sawit, getah, dan padi. All right, can. Now, other than that, let me know if you're done. Then I'm gonna move on, yeah. All right. How about the rest? Are you still with me? Or you after lunch you feel sleepy already? Done, yeah? All right, next. Uh, wait, give me a second. Now, let's move on to the next one, yeah? Here. You see, it's gonna be a similar question again. But this one, they don't ask you bearing, they ask you panjang jalan. Right here. So you got to use your ruler and same, you have to determine these two first. Okay? Now, just now I teach you how to determine, so I don't show it now. I will try to show you more different answer. Same, they ask you pertempatan and mengapakah. Why? Why means tell me the factor lah. What causes this pola pertempatan to happen? It's similar with what you have learned just now. Same, they come here. Kegiatan ekonomi, nyatakan tanaman, and then I see a bit different here already. Just now ask you about river, now ask you faktor mempengaruhi tanaman. So let's find out first. They say, what is the tanaman utama dalam peta? Go back to the second map. What is the main plantation in this map? What is the crops that they plant? Look at the map. The main one was very big. Yes, this kelapa sawit. All right. Now, so yes, kelapa sawit. So you write down first. Comma, they say nyatakan tanaman. So the tanaman is kelapa sawit. But read the question. They say dan berikan sebab. Why we can plant secara ladang means plant in a huge amount. Okay, a lot. You can say because of why we plant a lot. Yeah. Yes, you can, but it's gonna be a little bit overlap with your F question. So you can say why they plant a lot. Secara ladang means in a farm size. You can say like this, yeah. Ditanam secara ladang kerana mempunyai mempunyai permintaan yang tinggi. Because there is a lot of a market, a lot of people want to buy, that's why they plant a lot. Permintaan pasaran yang tinggi. Now, and my example is here. Jelaskan faktor what will actually affect the plants to grow. Like you guys said, tanah yang rata. So, other than that, yeah, you can say tanah yang rata dan luas. This is your point. Okay, so you can say sesuai tanah beralun-alun. Yes, but you need to now. Can you write tanah beralun-alun? You're gonna look at this situation. Look at the map. Do you see the small line here? Normally the lines here represent the landscape. You want to write tanah beralun or not? Can or not? Can. Alright, then you explain, you're gonna say that sesuai untuk aktiviti pertanian secara besar-besaran. Because it's very wide. Okay, now other than that, yeah, a standard answer, here we don't talk about tani because some of the school teacher, they very care about this. Then what you could say, other than the flat land, normally if they ask you why we can plant, go back to the Peta-C, do they have river? If they have river, then you just said because river. Okay, Yeah, they have river. So you can say lo, mempunyai sungai sebagai sumber air. Okay, so you can say untuk menyiram ladang kertas. Sorry, ladang kelapa sawit. Okay, they might ask this kind of question. For G, I don't do with you, yeah, because it's the same as the top one. Kepentingan sungai. Same as the previous, how you gonna answer. All right? Can, yeah? Now, this is the example of normally what they ask you. Shall we move on? Yes, Now, you see the third one, same. They will give you a map. They ask you the similar question, bearing, and here. They might also ask you in this. Nyatakan rujukan grade 6 angka jambatan di Tok Harun. They might give you the rujukan grade, ask you to find out the place, or they give you the place, ask you to find out the rujukan grade. So I will show you one question on this, yeah. Jambatan Kampung Tok Harun. So you need to go to the map and find Kampung Tok Harun. Can you find Tok Harun? I think you will find it. Yes, Tok Harun is here. And then they want what? Jambatan. Now, where is the Jambatan? Yeah, Jambatan is this one. JB. And what is the rujukan grade for this? Go like this, oh. Look at the here first. They are located in between 63 to 64. So same, 6 angka. You need to find out the decimal. So cut it into half. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, all right. So you can read lah. 63, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's gonna be 63. Sorry, jambatan. Wait, let me double check with the jambatan. Did they say jambatan kayu or what? No. Wait, let me just confirm jambatan bersih or jambatan kayu, okay? Did they write the jambatan? Okay, my eyes will hide the bind now. Wait. I found another one. Sorry, it's not JB, it's JK. This one. Not sure whether can you see or not. This is the jambatan. So same, you gotta read through. 1, 2, 3, 4. The jambatan is located as number 4. So your line gonna be 63, 4. And then you look at the side. Same, cut it into half. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So you're gonna slide a little bit. Cut it evenly, Try to cut it evenly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2. You measure, right? 55.1.2.3. So 55.3. You put a RG in front. And this is how you gain your 6 rujukan grade, 6 angka. Okay, this is how you get your 6 angka. And then this you gain 2 marks. You just write it down. RG 634853. And then you will find it's a similar question again. Ciri physical, ciri budaya, jenis tanaman, faktor tanaman. A bit different already. Uraikan kesan sungai dicemari. Sekiranya dicemari. Now, this is a common questions, which is not related. If you don't read the peta also, you have to know how to answer. All right. Kesan dicemari. Now, so what it is? Like what is the effect when the sungai dicemari? What happened? Yes. Yes. Kepupusan hidupan akuatik. Okay, yeah, you want to say hidupan akuatik mati? Yes, can. Now, other than that, you can also say what? Menjejaskan kualiti air. Okay, and then what happened? What happened to our sumber air? Sumber air bersih berkurang. Okay, and causes what? Masalah kesihatan. You have health problem. It will menjangkit penyakit air. And then your explanation will be further example on that. Okay, so you can give the example on this example that you will have what disease that from the water. Remember from one, you learn that you will have yes, dicemari air, right? You will have a cholera, and then with the rest, are you good? Other than that, you will have what? Okay, you will have a leptospirosis. Forgot, right? And then you have Taiwan, malaria, rotavirus, Zika. Okay, but we don't write that much. Okay, now and then you can also say what make your life tougher. Menyukakan kehidupan harian. All right. Now here, let's move on to chapter 3 already. Now, chapter 3, what you have learned? You learn about pergerakan bumi. Okay, pergerakan bumi, the change, the movement of the earth. And you need to know earth move in how many ways? 2 ways. Right? Earth move in 2 ways. Can ya? Which is? Okay. Yes. Now, a very quick pergerakan. Earth is actually moving in 2 ways. The first way is putaran bumi. And another one, yes, peredaran bumi. And let's discuss and do together with this. So you look at the pictures of question 4. What is this? What is this? When you see it, they draw it in this way. Definitely gonna be putaran. So, and what is putaran? Putaran means berputar pada paksinya. Okay? Dari barat ke timur. Right? And then, take how long? For a complete circle? Mengambil masa 24 jam. Putaran bumi 1 day. Now, and then you can say, it's not upright. It's sengit how many degree? Mempunyai kecondongan 23 1/2 degree. Yes. All right. Now, and then here they ask you the next way, another type of question. Kesan. Nyatakan 3 kesan. When it actually berputar, it rotates on its own. What is the effect? We have 4 effects. The first one, when it rotates on its own, we will see, yes, kejadian siang dan malam. Other than that, yes, you will have kejadian pasang surut. Okay, kejadian pasang surut, and then followed by, yes, angin lazim. Okay, and one more, don't know. Perbezaan. Yes, waktu tempatan. All right, but they want 3 only. Okay, now, and then here, see, this is berputar pada paksinya, right? This is putaran bumi. So sometimes question may ask you about what? Bandingkan. Okay, compare about putaran and peredaran. So what is the difference putaran and peredaran? Right in sentence, yeah. So you're gonna say that putaran is what? They berputar pada paksinya. So you can say, yeah, putaran bumi merupakan bumi berputar. Okay, bumi berputar pada paksinya. Manakala compare, right? Peredaran bumi. What is beredar? When they move around the sun. Okay, merupakan. Yes. Bumi beredar mengelilingi matahari. Okay, mengikut orbitnya. Bandingkan. So you tell me the difference, you can also tell me the similarity. Right? What is the similarity? Putaran dan peredaran. Okay. Bumi. Okay. What kind of direction they are using? Bergerak mengikut arah lawan jam. Anti-clockwise. Alright, 3 marks. Barat ke timur also can lah, but normally we say lawan jam because yeah, but it's the same meaning. It's a similar meanings, okay? Nothing different. Are you good the rest? It seems like you're already very sleepy because you are quiet than usual. Okay, okay. Now, here, they might also ask you, okay, question like this. But question like this is actually they want you to explain. It's not okay, but yeah, they say, pada pukul 7 pagi, 20 April, Ahmad di KL sedang perjalanan ke pejabat. But Ravi di New Delhi masih tidur. They ask you explain using the concept of putaran bumi, mengapakah berlaku 2 aktiviti yang berbeza. Then you're gonna say, bumi, putaran bumi will causes. What happened? Don't divide to two parts first. So first, putaran bumi. You're gonna say that putaran bumi, yes, of time zone, but putaran bumi yang berputar dari barat ke timur first. Right? What happened? So causes what? Causes that kawasan timur, okay, kawasan timur, yaitu Kuala Lumpur menerima cahaya matahari lebih terdahulu, lebih terdahulu berbanding dengan New Delhi yang berada di barat. Okay? This is your explain, okay? Like why you have this. So, and of course, you can also further to say that this is because Kuala Lumpur dan New Delhi, okay, mempunyai, not mempunyai, terletak di longitude yang berbeza. In a difference. Now, yeah. For putaran bumi, right? The effect is always that for, right? Kejadian siang dan malam, where you will tell me that yang menghadap matahari akan mengalami waktu siang. Yang tidak menerima cahaya matahari akan mengalami waktu malam. Right? For perbiasaan angin lazim, then you will say bumi berputar dari barat ke timur menghasilkan daya Coriolis, yaitu daya yang memesongkan arah tiupan angin. Alright, and then kejadian pasang surut is, you can say because of daya gravity antara bumi dan bulan. Okay, perbezaan waktu means they turn from barat ke timur, causes kawasan timur menerima cahaya matahari lebih terdahulu. Right? Normally, we got to explain this. And most of the people, they are, things that they are very not clear, okay, is, let me see, did I put it here? Okay, I didn't put it here. Okay, I forgot to put it here. Is your kejadian empat musim. Know how empat musim is formed? Remember. Shall we go downwards? Okay, never mind. I think I have a bit not enough time. So I would like to move to chapter 4 because some of you have chapter 4. It's not some, quite a few of you. All right. Chapter 4 tells about what? Anyone? chapter 4 learn about hujan, no, the whole eclipse, right? And then you will need to know about like what is the eclipse we have. Now, just a very quick, let me just find a place to revise with you. Yep. Malaysia iklim is iklim Katulistiwa. Wait, okay, iklim Katulistiwa. And normally, if they ask you to explain ciri-ciri iklim Katulistiwa, what you're gonna say? You're gonna say that, oh, Malaysia mempunyai min suhu yang, min suhu tahunan, yes, panas dan lembab. Min suhu tahunan yang tinggi, yaitu 27 degrees Celsius. Panas dan lembab can also be one of the point, yeah. And then normally, if only 3 marks to ask you explain iklim di Malaysia, then you tell me iklim khatulistiwa panas dan lembab, min suhu tahunan, jumlah hujan. Okay, jumlah hujan tahunan. How much? 2,600 mm. Okay, this is the common that the most they ask in the ciri-ciri. Now, and then you will realize other than this, right? Sometimes they will focus in detail about ciri-ciri, which is they ask you the formation of rain or the formation of wind, ask you to explain the wind. All right? Can other than that, very commonly that came out in the is in your exam for the first term, if your exam only until chapter 4, I mean the whole chapter 4, then you may consider about they might have environment questions, like asking you to explain kesan rumah hijau, to explain the Pulau Harbor, Jerebu, and hujan acid. Now, just to tell you that, okay, if they ask you kesan kegiatan manusia, human activity effects, you learn kesan rumah hijau, greenhouse effect, right? You learn about Pulau Harbor. You learn about, I just summarize with you because I realize, right, sometimes they twist and turn and then you got stuck, or you fall in the trap where you don't know how to answer, or you get into the wrong directions. You learn 4 things, kesan rumah hijau, Pulau Harbor, and also Jerebu, hujan acid. If they ask you what is the punca reason, okay, now see in your book they teach you punca kesan rumah hijau, punca, but they didn't tell you the punca for hujan acid, or there's so many punca and you cannot remember. Okay, if you cannot remember, then you can always say about this. There is a very general point where you can always use for punca, even those your textbook didn't teach you. Yes, a very, very general one, pembakaran bahan api fosil. It may causes greenhouse, it may causes Pulau Harbor, it may causes Jerebu, it may causes hujan acid. All right. And then pembakaran So for here, split out the hujan acid, okay? Hujan acid cannot use this, but kesan rumah hijau Pulau Harbor can. What is the punca? Pembakaran terbuka. Open burning. 3 of them can use. Okay? But here, things that cannot do with jerebu is pembalakan or penyahutanan. Deforest. Now, what it do with Pulau Harbour? Because we develop, that's why we want to develop the place, we chop down the trees. Okay? Pembalakan. Penyahutanan. And then, the leftover, the one that you can use is, I draw here means this one cannot use. This one cannot use, okay? Now, and then for kesan rumah hijau, there's another things. Right? You pelupusan sampah. Right? And then you pembakaran sisa pertanian. Now, be aware, these two are similar for jerebu. They use the same point. But Pulau Harbour don't. Hujan acid don't. This is a reason. All right. And then, of course, like in jerebu, you have an extra reason, which is letupan gunung berapi, volcano eruptions. All right. Now, then how about kesan? Kesan, right, you need to know. They didn't tell you kesan rumah hijau. What's the effect for kesan rumah hijau? They didn't tell you the kesan for jerebu. So this is something that exam they might ask you, but they expect it's a K-but for you. But there is a common answer for the effect. The effect for this is what? When temperature increase, meningkatkan masalah kesihatan. Example, stroke haba, heat stroke, dehydrasi. Okay, this is the extra for you, yeah, the kesan. Textbook don't have, but sometimes they may ask. This is the first lah. What is the other effects? For kesan rumah hijau, for Pulau Harbour, other than you will get sick. You get sick? Kesan rumah hijau and Pulau Harbour, they won't menjejas quality air. Hujan acid will. Okay. You may see it. Temperature increase. Keselesaan. Penduduk terjejas. Okay. For kesan rumah hijau, you may see it. The effect is what? The effect is, you can say it, pencairan ais. Or peningkatan air, peningkatan aras laut. But this one for kesan rumah hijau only. Pulau Harbour is hard to use this point. All right? Can. Just to summarize if they ask you. Hujan acid, that one you learn in the book, so I didn't write here. Jerebu, same, you learn in the book, so I don't write here. Okay? So these two is in the notes, yeah. That's why I don't mention, because I found that you sometimes will get stuck in the K-but questions. Now, come back here. Other than this part, right, quite common that they stuck. I mean, you get stuck in this. read the question properly. Pengaruh cuaca. How the cuaca affects the activity. Pengaruh cuaca terhadap activity, normally they will affect pertanian, pelancongan, perikanan, and also pembalakan. So you need to be very clear about they are asking this or this. Quite a lot of people confused. So let's go up and see which one, yeah? Now, you see, I look at the questions here. Here. Look at it. They ask you, uraikan faktor cuaca yang mempengaruhi kegiatan pertanian. Okay, tell me about what factor about iklim khatulistiwa to affect plantation. So basically is pengaruh cuaca terhadap pertanian. Mempengaruhi means affects. How they affects the plantation. Then you got to tell me that iklim khatulistiwa. Okay, then what happened? Panas dan lembab sepanjang tahun. Okay, and then what happened? Mengalahkan pertanian. Your second, yeah, you can say menggalakkan activity pertanian. Now, what they plant? You need to mention what they plant. They plant padi, getah, kelapa sawit, and cocoa dan lada hitam. Alright. Now, khatulistiwa mah. And then you could also mention di tanah tinggi yang bersuhu rendah or bersuhu sederhana. Can do what? Menggalakkan penanaman tanah tinggi plant what? Teh, right? Sayur-sayuran. Teh, sayur-sayuran, dan bungaan. Okay, and buah-buahan, yes. But I don't write all, yeah? Cause I found a K-but for you. Not K, a little bit K-but, not very. You see, the top one, they ask you, explain the factor that affects pertanian. Then you tell me, khatulistiwa, panas dan lembab, sesuai untuk menanam padi, getah, kelapa sawit, tanah tinggi, sederhana, plante sayuran. But the next question, they ask you, how? Bagaimana kegiatan manusia menyumbang kepada kesan rumah hijau? How human activity affects the plantations, affect the kesan rumah hijau, causes the kesan rumah hijau. In this situation, how you gonna explain? How you gonna explain this, yeah? See, activity, this is a human activity, yeah? So basically, they are asking you how kesan rumah hijau is happen. But they highlight to tell you, explain in pertanian. Then what this do with this? What pertanian do with kesan rumah hijau? Kesan rumah hijau is temperature increase. Right? Temperature increase. Now, you can talk about it. This one related to Form 1. You learn it in Form 1. What we have did in pertanian. We use a lot of penggunaan baja kimia dan racun serangga. We use a lot of pajak kimia dan racun serangga. And what it do with kesan rumah hijau? Yes, pesticide. Secara berlebihan, mentioned a little bit. Your explain is you're gonna say it will release a lot of gases. Okay, akan melepaskan banyak gas. Okay, gas rumah hijau. Yes. Now, other than that, plantation. Normally, plantation they will use what? They will clean up the land, right? So you can say lah, biasanya, okay, what they do? Menggantikan hutan kepada kawasan pertanian. Okay, so what happened? Menyebabkan kekurangan tumbuh-tumbuhan untuk proses peperluan. Okay, peperluan. Reduce the heat. Now, other than that, what happened to pertanian again? Now, and then we learn, remember in Kesan Rumah Hijau, they tell you one of the punca is what? Pembakaran sisa pertanian. So you can say related mah? Pembakaran sisa pertanian. Okay, same. You can further a little bit, ya. Walaupun pembakaran sisa pertanian dapat menjadi baja semula jadi kepada tanah. Okay, they burn it because at the end of the day, it will back to the as a nutrient for the tani. Tetapi melepaskan banyak gas karbon dioksida. Okay? Are you good? Yes. Still alive? Do you have any question before I stop here? Okay.